Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now it is happening again. We're seeing this new bullish signal flash on the Bitcoin chart that we need to pay attention to while the price is consolidating in the short term. But on top of that, altcoins like Ethereum are continuing this massive breakout to the upside towards this bullish price target that we need to pay attention to, along with other altcoins now beginning a massive breakout to the upside. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, taking a look at the Bitcoin ETF news today, because just yesterday we saw a massive net inflow into the spot Bitcoin ETFs. In fact, we saw nearly $500 million of net inflow. This is new money coming into the Bitcoin ETFs. And if we're looking at this more closely, we can see that FBTC, which is the Fidelity Spot Bitcoin ETF, they had a record inflow for Fidelity, because Fidelity alone just yesterday had an inflow of around $473 million US, which was their best inflow yet for a daily inflow. And then, of course, BlackRock, IBIT, bought another $244 million worth of Bitcoin with around $250 million inflow into the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF. And then, as usual, we saw another decent outflow from Grayscale, once again with Grayscale dumping around $374 million worth of Bitcoin. But overall, once again, when we're looking at all of the ETFs for just yesterday, we saw a net inflow of $472 million approximately. And so obviously, if this continues, this is actually unsustainable for Bitcoin because there's simply not that much Bitcoin to go around. And so if we're continuing to see $400, $500, $600 million inflows each weekday, then soon enough, the amount of Bitcoin available to buy will basically run out. Soon enough, there will be not much Bitcoin left on exchanges to actually buy, which basically means if you want to buy Bitcoin in that situation, you're having to pay a lot more money for the last few Bitcoin that are remaining because they're so scarce. And so ultimately, once again, if this continues, if we continue to see this crazy buying pressure from the Bitcoin ETFs each weekday, then ultimately it's going to lead to some sort of supply squeeze, shooting the price a lot higher. But anyway, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts, taking a look at the weekly Bitcoin chart, and right now the price is still sitting just underneath the all-time high of around $69,000. And so once again, as I've been saying here on the channel, basically ever since we saw that breakout above the golden pocket, but especially once we saw the breakout above the 78.6% Fibonacci level, I've been saying that the next important resistance for Bitcoin is simply the all-time high at around 69,000. And so once again, at least in the somewhat shorter term, we should be expecting resistance, basically the price somewhat struggling around the all-time high. But ultimately, the larger trend at play is still extremely bullish. We have a lot of bullish momentum pushing the price higher, especially with those ETFs buying a lot of Bitcoin. And so ultimately, I just see this all-time high level as short-term resistance before we ultimately see a breakout to the upside beyond the all-time high into new all-time highs later on. And if we're taking a look at this 3-day Bitcoin chart, of course, the USDT market cap is continuing to increase, which is good news for the price of Bitcoin. Because as you can clearly see on this chart right here, the USDT market cap and the Bitcoin price are very correlated. Usually when we're seeing the USDT market cap decline, that's actually bearish for really the overall crypto market. And vice versa, if we're seeing more USDT come into circulation, that is bullish for Bitcoin and crypto because that's increasing liquidity in the crypto market. And so once again, right now, this is continuing further to the upside, which is helping the price of Bitcoin. And we're also seeing this signal flash as we speak, because this is the daily Bitcoin chart if we're looking at the candlesticks. But if we're looking at this red line right here, in case you're new to the channel, this is the DXY, also known as the US dollar index, also on the same time frame. And what we are now seeing, and really what we've been seeing over the last 1 month or so, is the DXY beginning to decline, but especially more recently, over the last couple of days or so, we've seen a quick move to the downside in the DXY, which is actually bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. Because as we can clearly see on this chart right here, usually when the DXY goes to the downside, that is usually bullish for Bitcoin, as we can clearly see. And vice versa, if the DXY is actually bullish, then usually that's bearish for the price of Bitcoin. And now obviously it's not a 100% perfect accurate indicator. There's no such thing as a 100% accurate perfect indicator, but overall it is very accurate. It's more accurate than it's inaccurate. And so right now I would be paying attention to this DXY dropping back to the downside, which once again is bullish for Bitcoin and crypto. But this is all talking about the larger moves in the market, obviously not short-term moves. And if we're actually taking a look at the shorter term, just on the 8-hour time frame, we can see that just over the last couple of days, we've had this short-term bearish divergence actually play out, mostly in the form of choppy sideways price action, but we did actually see that initial dump to the downside, which obviously has now recovered. But usually these bearish divergences in the short term play out in the form of either just choppy sideways price action, neutral price action, or sometimes some slight bearish price action in the short term. So it's important to understand that this bearish divergence does not mean we're going to reverse out of that larger bullish trend into a bearish trend, because once again, it's only something on the smaller time frames, and the smaller the time frame, the less significant, the larger the time frame, the more significant. And so ultimately, this is just resulting in a bit of a short-term pause in the larger bullish trend for the price of Bitcoin. And in fact, if we're zooming further into the short term, just on the 4-hour time frame, we do have some levels of short-term support and resistance. First of all, we have this area of support sitting in between around 61,000 to 62,000, as I mentioned a couple of days ago. And obviously since then, since I mentioned this right around here, we've seen a massive bounce back to the upside from that quick scandal candle to the downside. And since then, over the last 1 day or so, we've basically been consolidating within this support and resistance. First of all, this area of support is sitting in between around 65,000 to 66,000, and this area of resistance is sitting in between around 67,500 going up towards around 68,500. But once again, we also have strong resistance close to 69,000, basically where the all-time high is sitting at. And so ultimately, in order to continue the larger bullish trend with the next leg to the upside, kind of like that, we need to see a confirmed breakout, ideally above around 69,000. But at least for now, just in the imminent short term, we're basically consolidating sideways, chopping around sideways in between support and resistance, while the price is playing out this technical bearish divergence just on the 8-hour time frame. And if you want to trade these moves in the price of Bitcoin, whether you think we're looking bullish or bearish, either way, you can make money in either direction with long positions or short positions. And personally, I trade those moves over on Bybit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to Bybit in the description down below and in the pinned comment. And in fact, if you use that link down below this video to make a Bybit account and deposit on that account, you can get up to a $30,000 deposits bonus, but only if you use that link down below this video. And also, if you use that link down below this video, I'll take you to this page right here where you can actually also claim an exclusive 200 USDT airdrop position. And so for example, if you're bullish, you could use that to enter a long position, or if you're bearish, you could use that to enter a short position to make money in either scenario. And so obviously, if you're trading crypto anyway, or if you're preparing to take the next trade, you might as well check out that link down below to get those extra bonuses. But for whatever reason, if you cannot access Bybit, or if you cannot KYC on Bybit, there is also Bitflex, which is another crypto exchange similar to Bybit, but you don't need KYC for Bitflex. And so I'll also make sure to leave a link to Bitflex in the description down below and in the pinned comment, just as another option if you don't need KYC. And also, if you use that link for Bitflex, there is an extra bonus that you can get over at Bitflex. So once again, if you're trading crypto anyway, you might as well check out those links for those extra bonuses. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, once again, just over the last 1 week, just a few days ago, we saw that move to the downside to liquidate a lot of positions to the downside, grab a lot of liquidity to the downside. And so this is just one working example of the Bitcoin price actually hitting a major level of liquidity, because basically, in case you're new to all of this, usually the price of Bitcoin moves towards where there's most liquidity. And if we're taking a look at the somewhat shorter term here, at least as of right now in the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, we only have 2 small liquidity levels, one to the upside and one to the downside, which is most likely why the price is just chopping around sideways, at least in the short term, because ultimately the price is hitting both of those levels of liquidity slightly to the upside and to the downside. And in case you're wondering, this lower level of liquidity is mostly sitting at around 66.4 to 66.5k, and this upside liquidity is sitting at around 68.2k approximately. And so at least in the short term, I'll just pay attention to those levels where we're most likely going to see the price hit and potentially turn around once we hit those levels. And so once again, that's just another reason why the price is potentially chopping around sideways, at least in the short term. But if we're taking a look at the Ethereum chart on the weekly time frame, we can see that right now, as of recording this video, the price of ETH is absolutely breaking out straight to the upside above this important area of resistance. Because once again, as I've mentioned for a while now on the channel, first of all, we had that golden pocket, and then we had this area of resistance, which was sitting in between around 3.4 to 3.5k. And with that scandal candle a couple of days ago, that quick move down and back up, we did end up seeing a quick retest of that level on smaller timeframes. And obviously right now we're continuing the breakout further to the upside, continuing the larger bullish trend that I've been talking about for a long time now on the channel. And so technically speaking, the next important level of resistance to the upside is simply the old all-time high, which is sitting at around 4.8 to 4.9k. But right now, the price does actually have an active bullish price target on the chart based on this massive breakout from this massive ascending triangle pattern. And the price target for this pattern is sitting at approximately 4.3k. And of course, if you've been watching my videos since last year, you'll know that near the end of last year, around November, December, I was talking a lot about this pattern right here and this massive price target to the upside. And back then, when the price was at around $2,000, when I was talking about this massive pattern and this bullish price target at around $4,300, back then when the price was $2,000, a lot of people were saying there's no way we're going to head up towards $4,000 within a few months. That's impossible. But obviously, here we are now, continuing the bullish breakout towards my bullish price target that I've been talking about for months now on the channel. And of course, this is just a technical price target for this pattern, which means we can hit that price target, but we can actually go higher than that price target because once again, the next important resistance for the price is the old all-time high at 4.8 to 4.9k. And remember, in terms of the larger trend, we are still extremely bullish. And if we're taking a look at the daily time frame, it's very clear that right now we're still in a bullish trend on this daily chart with the price absolutely pumping to the upside with a lot of bullish momentum here in the daily Ethereum MACD, as I've been saying over and over again here on the channel. And so once again, as I've also been saying here on the channel, ever since I entered my Ethereum long position, right now I am still in that Ethereum long position, which once again, I shared here on the channel as soon as I entered that trade. And so obviously, if you followed along with that Ethereum long position and you're holding to now, clearly you're doing very well. So congratulations if you followed me on that trade. And personally, when it comes to my strategy around that specific Ethereum long position, I don't have an exact technical price target or an exact take profit level. And instead, what I'm doing is just letting that trade ride. I'm just letting it go further to the upside and continue bringing in more and more profits. And to protect my downside risk, what I'm doing is having a stop loss that is slowly moving further into profits. And so by doing that, I am not capping my upside potential. The price can continue to pump and I continue to make money from that Ethereum long position. But as the price moves further into profits, I move my stop loss further into profits, basically securing those profits even in the worst case scenario. And I did actually take that trade right there over on Bybit. So once again, if you want to maximize your profits in crypto and actually claim those extra bonuses, then check out those links down below this video to get those extra bonuses. And now, if you're new to crypto, if you've just found this channel now and you actually missed out on that trading opportunity, do not worry. There's always more trading opportunities that come basically every day or every week. And so definitely make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on so that you don't miss out on any of these trading opportunities that I actually share here on the channel. And something that I've mentioned recently on the channel is the price of Solana now breaking out above critical resistance on the weekly time frame. And as I said a couple of videos ago now on the channel, the price of Solana is basically where the price of Ethereum is, but just delayed a little bit, delayed around 1 to 2 weeks. Because if we're taking a look at the ETH to US dollar chart on the weekly time frame right here, once again, as I said earlier, we're now breaking out above that 78.6% Fibonacci level, that final significant area of resistance before the all-time high. But the price of ETH has already seen a large breakout. We've already pumped quite a bit in the short term here. But if we're taking a look at the price of Solana on the same time frame, once again, we are now seeing that massive breakout above that same Fibonacci level of resistance that I said for Ethereum earlier in the video. And so that creates this area of resistance for Solana in between $120 to $140 based on the Fibonacci level and also based on this previous high at around 140. But at the time of recording this video, the price of Solana is pumping beyond $140, but we have not yet technically confirmed the breakout above 140 because we still need to see at least a weekly candle close confirm above 140. And as of right now, there's roughly around 2.5 days to go until the next weekly candle close confirms. And so once again, if we're above $140 in around 2.5 days from now, then that will confirm the breakout above this resistance. And so in that case, once we actually confirm this breakout above $140 with a weekly candle close, then the next important level of resistance on the larger timeframes is the old all-time high, which is sitting at around $250 to $260. And so in case you're wondering, from the current price of Solana at the time of recording this video to the all-time high, that's roughly around a 70% move to the upside with no leverage. And so once again, this could be a potential opportunity to pay attention to, especially if we confirm this breakout above 140. And so if you're late to Ethereum, once again, this could still be a potential opportunity to pay attention to. And also, once we actually confirm the breakout above 140, then I would expect this previous area of resistance to become new support, which means if we break out and then we actually see a pullback, I would expect support in between 120 to 140. And once again, if you want to trade those moves in the price of any crypto, check out those links down below this video for those extra bonuses. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if we're bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, you can make money in all of that price action by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions. And the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.